Hi guys, hi, how's it going? How y'all doing today? Hopefully today finds you well. Today I am doing my Project Pan finale for 2024, an intro for 2025. This is a project that I do on my channel that rolls all year long. As I finish something, I roll something new in. I always have 10 products rolling in this project, and typically what I don't finish in 2024 ends up rolling into my 2025 Project Pan, and people have asked, why do you do a finale and an intro? I like to keep track year to year over what I am able to use as far as products go. And I know that that seems ridiculous because I'm just rolling the products that I didn't finish into the next year. And this year I am actually rolling every single thing in that I didn't finish this year into the January introduction of this 2025 year. But I sometimes take a break. But I do like to finish it and start anew. It's got something to do with how my brain works. That's all I got to say about that. With that said, I hope that sounds like something you're interested in. For those of you watching that are new here, hi, my name is Donna, lover of all things high and colorful beauty and self-care. Ultimately, this is my self-care. I love to come out here, talk to you guys about the good, bad, the ugly of all the things coming into my collection and leaving my collection, and I hope that you're here for it. At the end of the day, I hope that you'll want to subscribe before you go, and that you like me so much that you want to hit that like button, comment down in the comments section, because I do like to hear from you down there, and I'm always so excited to hear from you guys down there, and still I'm in a place where I'm answering all my comments regardless of how long it takes me, because it might take me a couple minutes. I really do hope that you just want to become part of my YouTube fam here. So with that said, let's roll into this Project Pan 2024 finale, Project Pan 2025 intro on this first day of 2025. It has been forever since I filmed last. I knew that December was going to be pretty busy for us, working, at Ulta Beauty in the retail space. It's always freaking busy, so I did a lot of pre-recording in December, and I think the only video that I did not pre-record weeks in advance was my Decapanning finale, which I did days in advance, but it's the only one that I've recorded in the last what feels like month. I know that that's not 100% true, but I feel kind of new out here, and like I haven't talked to you guys in forever, so if I'm a little bit over chatty, please forgive me. This is my 2024 Project Pan finale, and I will be continuing this through next year, so we will also do the 2025 intro. I typically do this in two separate videos, but I figured because I'm bringing in almost every single thing that I did not complete in this Project Pan for 2024, it just made more sense to do a finale / intro on the same video. This is a Project Pan that I always have going on my channel if you're new here. It is something that I've been doing for the last several years. I have tracked 4 years in my spreadsheets, but I do think that before I started tracking this, I did it for 1 or 2 years prior to that point. So with that said, I have all the deets, all the things for you guys in this, and let's just start. So first and foremost, we have the Dior Face and Body, which is the oldest item that was rolled into this Project Pan. The Dior Face and Body I have in the shade 3N. It rolled in April of 2024 at 52 grams of product. This is what it looks like. You guys can see all the windowing down there. This is where we're at the end of the 2024 year. You can see that there might be a smidge bit of a difference between the line that I have drawn and the line that actually is, but we had several months of product usage in this. As I said, this rolled in at 52 grams of product in April, and this month it's at 37.70 grams. So from April to current state, we did use 14.3 grams of product. That makes me very, very sad because I know that this is 14.3 grams of product and I have about that much left. So that tells me that I may not be able to finish this in the 2025 calendar year. It takes so little of this because this currently is a mixer in my foundations as a darker shade, because this is obviously too dark for me right now. I did buy this and get color matched to this when I was living in Eastern Washington, which is quite a bit sunnier than this Western Washington side of the state. Also quite a bit warmer. I feel like I got color matched to that in the summer, or like quasi summer, and that is definitely not the shade that of skin tone that I am these days. So that will be rolling into my 2025 project pan because it is one of the oldest foundations that I have in my collection. Super excited with the 14.3 grams of product that we got used in the 9 months we were using it, but also disappointed because that tells me this might not be. I mean, we could throw a big party if I'm able to finish it next year. I do know that in the last month, this has not moved at all. I wasn't able to move the marking at all because I've been really focused in on the foundation that I hadn't been really focusing on over the last several months. That's where we're at right now for that item. It will roll in to my 2025 project. For the next one, we have the Zoeva Graphic Lip Liner in Earthbound. This one did roll in August at 3.31 gram. I also have it tracked on this index card so that we can see like the the depletion of the pencil as far as measurements go. This is the pencil currently, and you guys will be seeing the B-roll and the tracker. We have used so much of this pencil, and this is, I think, the third lip liner that I had brought into a project of some sort to try and finish this year. I think it's a really good pencil. I do think that it's starting to dry up. I have to sharpen it almost every single time I use it before I can use it because it's starting to tug. And I think a lot of the reason why is because, I don't know, I maybe did my Hercules maneuver on this cap, and there is a little bit of a crack system going on here that is causing air to get to this pencil even when it is capped. So before I use it, if I don't sharpen it, it's not nearly as creamy as it typically is, but I do love this pencil. It is a really beautiful shade and goes with just about anything. It reminds me of Charlotte Tilbury, like iconic nude, only a little bit pinker in terms of the coloring of it. This also will roll in to my 2025 project because I'm not quite finished with it, but I do know that that should not take long to finish. It is already starting to get pretty hard to sharpen, and I have had tape on the end of it for the last couple months because it's just easier to grip at that point. But once it gets down to that tape, I won't be able to sharpen it at all. So I do know that we've used a ton of it, and I'm really proud of the effort that we've put into getting that lip liner out of the collection. But this did roll in at 3.31 grams of product, as well as being tracked on the tracker. Today it weighs 1.95 grams of product. You know, we're seeing about 0.4 grams of product used every single month, so it is dwindling consistently, which is a great thing. And in the last 5 months, we were able to use 1.36 grams of product, so that tells me, like, I doubt that we will see 1.95 grams of product used, right? Because this pencil is going to like have an end game. There will be a spot where I will not be able to sharpen it anymore. With that number in mind, I think we could have this gone by May, if not before. The next one I have here is the Laneige Lip Treatment Mask. This one also rolled in August. This rolled in August at 40.13 grams of product, and this is where we're sitting currently. You guys can see that that hole or that pan down at the bottom of this is quite extensive, and you will be seeing like the B-roll and such as well. Like, I think that this is a wonderful lip treatment. I use it every single day when I come in here to do my makeup. Well, not every single day, but I guess every day that I'm doing my makeup, when I come in here to do that, it's the first thing I apply on my face is that lip balm to make sure that my lips are nice and supple for the lip product that I will be putting on it at some point in time. I also like that it's kind of got this like iridescence look to it, so it can be worn on its own as well. It works best for it to be in here and be used that, you know, 17 to 20 times a month that I'm using it. That's what's working best for me right now, and that's how I've gotten the use on it that I have got. That rolled in at 40.13 grams of product in August, and it is this month sitting at 39.29 grams of product, and that's what it will also roll into the 2025 project pan as. The next one is the Makeup by Mario Sculpt Stick, and for those of you who have been around all year long, you know that we finished half of this sculpt stick earlier this year, and I rolled in the second half of this sculpt stick this year the second half of this year to try and get it finished, because the sculpt stick component broke on me, so I put it into two different components, listed it as two different contours in my collection, and this is the only one that's left. So this is what the sculpt stick is looking like currently. I didn't melt it down or, you know, get it perfectly smooth before putting it in here, and that's why there's like lumps and bumpies in there. But I am super proud of the progress that we've been able to make in this product. I do think that, you know, it is a really great sculpt stick. It is what is on my face today. I really do like it a lot, but I won't repurchase it because I hated that component and the fact that it broke on me. And I have a blush in there that's in the same component that is also broken. So it just drives me nuts when you're spending so much money on products for the packaging to break like that, which I think I put in my like makeup pet peeves video that I posted earlier in December. This product rolled in August after we had finished the first component that I had put this in. It rolled in at 47.43 grams of product. This is a Becca Under Eye Brightening Concealer like pot, so it's all glass. It's pretty thick, and it currently weighs 44.96 grams of product. So we weren't able to use like a whole hell of a lot, let's be honest. We only got 2.47 grams of product used since rolling it in August, but I do know that this component weighs a grip ton of that weight as well. So I'd be interested to see how long it takes me. Obviously, it took about 8 months for the last one for me to finish, which was in a much smaller and also plastic component compared to this one. So we will see. It is rolling into 2025 as well at that 44.96 grams of product. I anticipate it will take me as much time as the last one took me. So like we might see that roll out in August. I am trying to start this year with some of those longer term project pan items so that towards the latter half of the year, I'm not rolling in all these long-term project pan items like I did in 2024. The next product on the list is the Ofra Blush Goddess. I think that this is kind of exciting, even though it's not done and it will roll into 2025. This did roll in August at 7.10 grams of product. This was in my project pan in 2023, but I took quite a bit of a break from it because I was bored of this blush. I'm still kind of bored of this blush. I maybe need to just get rid of it in my collection, but it is a decent blush, and I am renewed in my thought process of it because of the excitement of this update. This is where we are currently, and do you guys see that big old pan? You should see that big old pan. I'm so excited about that big old pan. So this rolled in, as I said, at 7.10 grams of product, and it is currently at 6.40 grams of product, and up until this month it showed very, very little signs of usage on this blush Goddess. So I have renewed hope that we can get through this. If not get through it, make this pan so big that it doesn't even make sense to keep it anymore in my collection. I do think that this will probably be in the project pan for the 2025 year as well, and I am starting with it in instead of taking it out and rolling it back in August, because I might as well have forgotten about it last year. But this is one of the oldest blushes in my collection, and I need to see it, you know, get the love and use that it should have. I will tell you, I wear my makeup about 17, on average, about 17 times a month. And from August to current, so for the last 5 months, it's been almost the only blush that I've used. I think there's been a handful of days where I have not used that blush. I'm not using that blush today because it is quite warm for what I've got going on my face, but I'm a little discouraged by 5 months use. We're seeing 0.7 grams of product used, and that is it. Because it weighed in at 7.1 grams, it's now at 6.4 grams, and that is so little product used on this blush. And if you guys know, and if you saw my plan to pan for 2025, you know that I'm like planning like 4 different blushes to bring into this project this year. Like the rest of them I think are cream. I think this is my only powder blush, which takes eons to go through. I do think that I could get through creams a little bit faster, but man, I wish we had seen a lot more progress than that 0.7 grams. It makes me feel stupid for keeping it in here. I was going to declutter that one this year, but decided not to because it's actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. The next product I have in here is the Natasha Denona Foundation X, so my second foundation in this project. This did come in September. It weighed 128.86 grams of product, and today it's weighing 121.86 grams of product. And in September, you guys will see that there's only 3 lines on here, and it's because for a couple of times that we used this product and showcased this project in our product in Project Pan, we were not able to make a new line. This wasn't the foundation that I was focused in on. I was really focused in on this one. But this last month, I really focused on this foundation. It is what's on my face today. It's been what's been on my face for a large majority of the days of this last month. I am really happy to see the amount of usage that we've had on this because we have 6.9 grams of product that we've used in the last 4 months. I do know that that could be better because I really wasn't focusing in on it for the first couple months. But I am happy to see where we're at in this. And this is also a glass bottle, so I do know that a large majority of that weight is from this bottle. But this is such a beautiful foundation. I love this foundation, and every time I wore it, I got compliments on my skin. I was sitting at dinner with a girlfriend of mine, and while I was out of town, we had made a dinner date, and she sat across from me and she's like, "Your skin looks amazing. What is going on?" And I'm like, well, I'm drinking a lot of water, but ultimately I think it's the foundation that I'm wearing, and this was the foundation that I was wearing. It just looks so good. I really wish Natasha had not discontinued that foundation because it's hands down one of my favorites on the planet. And that one too will be rolling in to my 2025 project pan. And now we get to an exciting one, which I know that you guys are like so bored because I'm like, this is done for this year and it will be rolling into next year. So like the intro is going to be super fast, right? But this is the LOC eyeshadow stick in Champagne Problems. We rolled it in September with 8.03 grams of product in it, and it is on the tracker as well. And this is where we are at currently. I can no longer sharpen it. It will no longer turn in the sharpener. So we are calling this done. And I am so excited about that because this is one of the eye pencils that I had on my plan to pan list of 2024 that I just was not sure was going to happen, right? So this did roll in, like I said, in September at 8.03 grams. At the end date, it is at 3.89 grams of product. So we got about 4-ish grams of product used out of this before it was an end result kind of product. I am really happy to see this roll out. I was able to complete this on the 19th of December. I used it a lot as a, like, on my hand, put my, like, brush through it or something, and then put it on as a face highlighter because it was subtle and beautiful and just easy to take with me on the road. I did go out of town twice, for a week at a time, twice in the month of December. So it was just easy. It was super easy to use as a highlighter, super easy to take with me, and was just truly beautiful. So I really liked it as an inner corner highlight as well. It was so pretty. Didn't wear it all the time. It only went with certain eye looks because it is, as it's called Champagne Problems. You would think it's more of a champagne, like, noted shade, but it really was more cool tone than I have witnessed champagne colors being in the past. It kind of had a weird base to it when you turned your face certain ways, so sometimes it would make my inner corners look almost black when I turned just right. So I didn't 100% love it as an inner corner, but I could disperse it enough on my cheeks to make it not have that, like, black undertone to it as a highlight. So I loved it in that way. I also wore it as an all over the lid shadow, like a one and done shadow occasionally, but mostly I was able to get the use out of it that I did because I was using it as a highlighter on my face. So really excited to see that leave my collection. The next one is the Lancome Drama Liquid Pencil in Cafe Noir. This rolled in October at 4.04 grams of product, and it was only, I would say it was about half or maybe 3/4 of its regular normal size, and this is what we are looking like now. You guys, this is so teeny tiny. It's so tiny, and I'm so excited about it because it is an eye pencil. It's a black eye pencil at that. What I love about this black eye pencil is I don't wear black eyeliner on my lower lash line, but I do almost always wear black in my waterline, in my tight line, to, like, just create that base for my, like, liquid liner that I might put on there, or my mascara that I'm going to put on my lashes, of course, to kind of lengthen the lashes and bring a stopping point to, like, the flesh color underneath my lashes so that everything just kind of melts together, right? I almost always use this. So this is daily use on the tight line for sure. Sometimes I do put it on my lower lash line and smudge it out. I think I've got a little bit of that going on in this outer V over here, but this is such a beautiful pencil and doesn't go anywhere once I have it in place. And when I do put it on my lower lash line and smudge it out, it is such a beautiful smudger as well. Like, sometimes you get, like, skippy or whatever, or even still with a black pencil, it kind of just takes over the eye look, and I just don't think that this one does. It's so easy to use. It's so creamy. It's beautiful, and I would consider repurchasing this pencil for that reason and that reason alone when I run out of my black eyeliner pencils. It is one of those things that we get in gratis all the time, and it is also one of those things that you get as a free gift with purchase often, right? Because it's super easy just to throw a black eyeliner pencil in. I'm not sure that I will need a new black eyeliner pencil anytime soon, but this is one that I would consider repurchasing. This one did come in October at 4.04 grams of product, and it is currently at 2.44 grams of product, which means we've used 1.6 grams of product in the 3 months that this has been in the project. So I'm really happy with the 1.6 grams of use that we've gotten this year. With that said, we only have 2.44 grams left. I don't think that I will be able to sharpen this in entirety, right? It's probably going to land about here, which is where the lip is on this pencil, where the cap on the end is. So I'm only going to be able to sharpen it for a little bit. I do think that this one will probably likely be gone by the end of, I would say, February. So in our March update, we should see that one gone as well, but that one will also be rolling into our 2025 project. Okay, the next most exciting thing is this, and this is the ABHI primer. This guy is empty, 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 empty. I have been squeezing as much out of it as I possibly can over the last couple of days. So today is the last day I have used this, and it was spinning at me as I was trying to fold it over to get any amount of product out of it to use. But you guys can see I have it folded over and it is not spitting anything out anymore. This is so empty. This did roll in October as well. I use eyeshadow primer almost every single time I wear eyeshadow. This has been in my collection for quite some time, and it has been in this project since October. Therefore, this was the only eye primer I was using since October. So you guys can see the marks here of where we were. And I know that that last mark that I put in there for December was actually a little bit higher than I was actually able to measure it for, but I wasn't able to put a line any lower than where I was at, because with all the product still in there and there was so much air in here, it was difficult to put another line on there, so I just didn't. In October, it weighed 5.41 grams of product, and it currently is empty at 5.26 grams of product. So most of that we rolled in at the beginning was component, right? Was the packaging. I was able to complete this, as I said, today. So today being the 30th of December, we squeaked this in. So really super excited about this empty as well. The next product I have in here is the Benefit Precisely My Brow in Cool Gray. This is it here. This is also a product that, you know, during certain times I use every single day. I've been trying to use it I feel like this eyebrow is maybe a smidge bit shorter in the tail than this eyebrow is. So I've been using it every day just to extend my tail just a little bit. And this eyebrow has like, maybe, is it this eyebrow? Has a little bit of a bald spot right here. And I don't know why. Is that a me problem? Maybe. We rolled this in November, so it's only been in for 2 months. It did roll in at 7.22 grams of product when it rolled in. It's currently sitting at 7.21 grams of product, and this is where we're at. And you will see that there has been quite a bit of use on this. I think that you will see that from the picture of it on the index card too. I don't have it marked on the index card because this is pretty fragile and I don't want to like accidentally hit it and break it off. These break easily enough on their own, but this is my favorite brow pencil. I will always repurchase these brow pencils, and I think I got one in gratis not that long ago, which is why I put this one in to the project pan, because I needed to get it done so that I could roll in the other ones. These brow pencils last forever. Like, honestly, I get my brows magically touched by the hands of an arch expert every 3 to 4-ish weeks. And because they tint them, I hardly ever use a pencil. But even when I do use a pencil, these last forever, as long as you are really cognizant of the fact that they are fragile and only roll them up like literally this much when you are doing your brows, and they don't break off. So I also really like the spoolie. I do like the spoolie better on the Gimme Brow Plus Volumizing Pencil. I love that spoolie so much that I saved one from the last pencil that I had. I don't know where it is right now, but this also has a really great spoolie. We've used 0.01 grams of product, which seems dismal, but it seems about right for 2 months of use of a brow pencil. That will likely last through, I would say, March. We might see this gone in April. Who knows? The next and final product is the 3-in-1 Hue Guard primer that I rolled in from Live Tinted. This is going to also roll in to my project pan for 2025. This isn't my favorite primer, if I'm honest with you. I'm not hate panning it by any means. I just don't love it. So why not get the things that I don't love out of my collection? I could declutter it to my mom. I think my mom liked it a lot when I gave her a second one that I had received in gratis. This is what it looks like right now. This is where we're sitting right now as far as the usage goes, and you guys can see it is pretty flat, clear back to like here. So I was trying to be super fair with the line and where I thought it was. And if I shine a light through it, this whole section here has little remnants in there, but I can't get them to scooch down any further than that. So that is where I have it marked. This did roll in November at 66.83 grams of product. It currently has 51.51 grams of product. So we've used 15.32 grams of product in the last 2 months, which seems astronomical, but I will use primer even when I'm not wearing makeup. It is like what I put on my face to like just bring everything together and create a clean canvas, you know, or some consistency in like maybe the coloration of my skin that day or any blotchiness or whatever. And I do go without makeup actually quite often because I don't love the feel of like foundation on my face. So I guess I will go without foundation actually quite often, and I will wear a primer regardless of whether I'm wearing a foundation or not. So that doesn't seem outlandish to me. 15.32 grams of product used in the last 2 months seems right. It will also roll in to my project pan for 2025. And we'll refocus on it and we'll get it used up. I do think that this has the potential to be gone by probably March. I would say by the end of March, this will be gone. All right. So with that said, let's wrap this project pan for 2024 up in a nice little bow. I was able to finish through project pan 30 items this year. And I'm really excited about that number because I had 25 items on a list for plan to pan for 2024. So the fact that I was able to pan 30 items, that's more than that 2024 plan to pan list had on it. But also between this and my deck of panning, which is the like other project pan that I have going on this channel because I only have a couple, I was able to complete 6 items in deck of panning. So 36 items left my collection through project panning last year. And I don't hate pan anything. So what I'm using up in my project pans are things that I like to use in my daily life anyways, right? They're just maybe older items. And that is, I think, what I'm most excited about is that I'm seeing some turn in some of the products that are the oldest ones in my collection. 30 items in project pan though is the least amount in the 4 years that I've tracked. So I've tracked on my spreadsheet since 2021. In the 4 years that I've tracked, 30 items is the least amount that I have finished. I did 33 in 2021. I did 36 in 2022 and 37 in 2023. And only 30 this year. But I think that the biggest reason why is because a lot of the makeup that I have in my collection now is relatively new or like literally so untouched that it's going to take me a longer time to complete those items, i.e. like these are some of the longest lived, you know, foundations in my project or in my categories, but both of these were nearly full when I pulled them in. So I am just in this place where I still want to be doing project panning, but a lot of what I have going on in my collection is newer items or full items. Almost every single one of my foundations right now, as I'm looking at them, are newer foundations. There's only a couple of them that have been in there for, you know, a couple years or more, and they're really very full foundation. So I'm just not a person who uses a lot, and I'm also not a person that's going to overuse just to make something leave my collection faster. And I have a lot, right? So I will just continue doing what I'm doing. And I am actually really pretty happy with the fact that I was able to complete 30 of the items that I put in this project pan, considering the items that I'm looking at that were in here. That said, on the 2024 plan to pan list that I had, and I don't know if I've done an update to that. Maybe I was waiting until now to do an update to that. And I had 33 items on my plan to pan for 2024. 6 of them were decluttered, and I have 4 of them that are currently in the lineup, and 2 of them that I never put in the lineup. So I guess with that said, we have 6 decluttered, 4 currently in the lineup, so that's 10, and 2 that I never put in the lineup, that's 12. So we had 21 items left to use up, and every single one of them got used. So I'm really, really proud of that. I'm really, really proud of me for completing that. So my plan to pan for 2025 did go up already. So if you guys haven't, I'm going to set that right there. If you guys haven't seen that, I do implore you to watch it. I will go ahead and stick it up in the cards for you. But knowing that and knowing what's on my deck of panning, or my plan to pan for 2023, I do have the 10 items that I will be starting with in 2024 or 2025. And even though I was able to finish 2 items in this month's wrap up, I had 11 items in the project. So I am going to bring it back down to 10 items, and we are going to start with the items that I already told you about. So the Dior Face and Body Foundation at 37.7 grams of product. The Natasha Denona foundation at 121.96 grams of product. The Zoeva Graphic Earthbound liner at 1.96 grams of product. The Laneige lip treatment at 39.29 grams of product. The Makeup by Mario Sculpt Stick in the Becca Eye Brightening Container at 44.96 grams of product. The Ofra Blush Goddette at 6.40 grams of product with that brand new nice juicy pan in it. So excited about that pan. The Lancome eyeliner at 2.44 grams of product. The Benefit Precisely My Brow in Cool Gray at 7.21 grams of product. And the Live Tinted 3-in-1 Hue Guard primer at 51.51 grams of product. The one product that we will be rolling in new this month, as you guys saw in my plan to pan, that I had both of the Charlotte Tilbury mini airless flawless finishing sprays in my plan to pan, and I was able to complete this one before I even had to, which you guys will see in my empties. So we are rolling in the, whoa. Charlotte Tilbury Airless Flawless Setting Spray. Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. I always screw up. I always screw that up. And it is currently full and currently weighing 38.39 grams of product. So that is our new product that we are rolling in to the 2025 Project Pan as an intro product. So listen, I know that this was probably pretty boring for you, but I am really excited to have 2 more items empty through Project Panning, and really excited to roll into 2025 knowing some of the oldest products are starting out. Some of the oldest products in my collection are starting out the year, and I will likely finish them this year. These could likely be gone. These all could likely be gone by May. I do think that they will probably dwindle in and out. I do think that this setting spray will probably be gone long before that. This will probably be gone by March. The rest of them are kind of longer haul items, and I'm sorry if that bores you. But listen, I have a lot of fun with it. It's always so exciting, and this is going to be exciting to watch as we expand that pan more and more. This is going to be exciting to see how long this little tiny bit of foundation takes me to get through. This is going to be exciting to watch. Like, I think it's all going to be exciting. Let's just be honest. But that is my Project Pan finale for 2024 and intro for 2025. And I'm sorry it's not more exciting, but I'm excited. So there's that. Thank you guys so much for watching me today. I hope that you and yours are well. I hope that you are all safe and healthy and getting along as best that you can. I hope that you all are having a fantastic New Year's Day. You had a wonderful New Year's Eve last night, and that, you know, you guys are just doing you and living your best life. And until next time, bye friends.